So the statement about Dr. Michael Laffin and Dr. Phil Tran on social media that I shared, and I shared a petition asking for them to be removed. The College of Physicians and Surgeons of Alberta, put out a statement, so you can Google that and have a look. They posted on April 1st, which I know is not going to help out nobody. So anyway, I'm going to read a little bit of what they said and why this is problematic, okay? Now, for a lot of racists, they were just not going to hear our conversation about this at all. So I'm never going to address them because they're already committed to racism. But this is what systemic racism actually is. This is such a great example of it. I don't know why people aren't talking more about that. So it says here that the social media posts posted in 2021 were fake. Now, that's what they say, but I can show you legal documents that are marked in 2025 that are done by doctors in Alberta that have said terrible things about me. Terrible. And it's not like there's no mechanism for me to fight that. These are medical notes that were made in my notes that when I advocate for myself, I become a terrible person in their mind. And now you've all seen me be a terrible person. So, you have a flavor of me being a hostile person is actually like. It is so frustrating when we have the College of Physicians and Surgeons saying, oh, no, it was investigated. By who? There's no transparency. There's no accountability. So we don't know. We have to take their word for it. And we've already been harmed by their system repeatedly over many generations because they refuse to do systemic racism training. They refuse to do meaningful Indigenous education. And they refuse to do accountability practices where people can actually get fired for their racism against us. Now, you all listen to my podcast, so you know that I talk about Lillian Ashley and Corey Ashley's story. This is very recent, Christmas of 2020. So for me, yes, they can put out these statements and say they are so disheartened to hear them. But at the end of the day, until they have an actual transparent accountability system of being able to do meaningful reporting against all of their doctors. I mean, I've been very open about how hard Narcan has been able to, just for me to obtain when the system has decided to create these barriers. Yes, it's deeply disturbing and harmful to Indigenous people, but your lack of transparency and accountability is too. We will never trust this statement because you refuse to do the anti-racism training. You refuse to have policies in place so that folks like me have a way to complain about your racist doctors. So get it done. Yes, there is no point in having so-called reconciliation and land acknowledgements at the end of the statement when you refuse to be truthful, apologize, have meaningful policies so that folks like me can actually complain about the doctors that we get. It's not okay. And yet here we are. It's not okay.